So today we are going to talk about Bunya Kriyavattu 10. Continue from the last time that we mentioned about Bunya Kriyavattu 10. Okay. The important notes before we begin the class is that Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not Kampira or profound. People must continuously study Dhamma or else it will lead to Mahatapa or Niraya or hell, because it is Miccha Titti, not following the Buddha's teaching. If any provided content contrasts with Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka, please refer to Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka only. Okay. The responsibility of the full Puttha Parisa consisting of 3 topics. The first one is the full Puttha Parisa must well understand Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. The second one is the full Puttha Parisa must be able to correctly present 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And the last one, the full Puttha Parisa must be able to correct those who condemn or misunderstand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. Okay. Today, continue from the last class. We mentioned about Bunya Kriyavattu 10. And for Bunya Kriyavattu 10, they are consisting of Than, Seen, Pavana, Apajayana, Vayavaja, Patitan, Patanumotana, Dhamma Sawana, Dhamma Tesana, and Titushukam. And also, we also mentioned that there are 4 types of Manutsa. All Manutsa in this world can classified into 4 groups of Manutsa. The first 3 is Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, and Manutsa Tirachano. These 3 groups of Manutsa, they are under influence of Akusala Chitta 12. Okay. So Sanya 3. Sanya 3.
Like today, we come here in order to take photo. Can you classify?
That's classified under Kama Sanya, Kochara Sanya, and Morana Sanya, right? And
so we continue in Manusa Peto, Manusa Nirayo, and Manusa Tirachano.
We are classified under these 3 types of Manutsa. If we
only come here and take photo.
Perform only in our normal daily activity. Without Sikkha Dhamma, we are classified under these 3 groups of Manutsa. And under influence of Akusala Chitta 12, that leads us to Abhaya Bhumi 4. It's as simple as that. So to be another type of people, another type of Manutsa, which is Manutsa Tevo. To become Manutsa Tevo, you need Sikkaya and need enlightenment of Gotama Buddha. Without
so we decide to have class here in order to add more
Kusala into our daily life. So as we mentioned before, that whatever activity we are doing, we can include Dhamma into those activities. And by including those activities into Dhamma, then we can make Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Pedo, Manutsa Tirachano to be Manutsa Tevo, or change our influence from under influence of Akusala Chitta 12 into Mahakusala Chitta 8. Therefore, we can change from Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, Manutsa Tirachano into Manutsa Tevo.
But when we come here, we only need that we want to take photo, we want to pray or something like that. How can we add it?
It's in our daily lives. Normally, we have our daily activities.
Kama Vacharon.
We have to wake up in the morning. We have to take shower. We have to eat, brush our teeth, eat breakfast, and then we travel. We work. We do many things in our daily lives, but those activities, as I mentioned, that we are under influence of akusala citta 12,
Yeah.
and leads us to abaya bhumi 4. And the only condition that can change this result is to sikkaya. And by sikkaya, you are doing under you by
Is Sikkha is study.
sikkaya, for easy understanding, when you study every topic in this world, we call it study, except when you study Dhamma, then that time, in that case, we call it sikkaya.
Because Sikkha is not come through the Chakku Sota Kaya Shilha.
Actually, the results of sikkaya are different from study other subjects in this world, because when we study other subjects in this world, the only results is leads you to abaya bhumi 4, no matter what subjects you are studying, except only one. When you study Dhamma or sikkaya, that is the only way to change from manusa nirayo, manusa peto, manusa tirachano into manusa tevo, and change the results from going to abaya bhumi 4 into the rest of the bhumi, beginning from manusa bhumi
until
arupa
So
bhumi.
what you mean is Sikkha is not the same or as study. Study only for Kama Sanya, Kojara Sanya, and Morana Sanya. But in normal Dhamma, like other, if you speak Dhamma, don't follow 84 Dhamma Kantaka, you will get sick. You can get only study.
Correct. And even though when we see people sikkaya or people studying other subjects, they seems to act the same.
Yeah.
People sitting in the class and listen to the topic that they are studying. And the sikkaya is also the same.
Right.
But the difference is reside in the inside, how it works, how citta and cetasika interact with each other, and then the result is different. Even though with your bare eyes, those activities almost identical. It's hardly identify which is which. They are studying Dhamma or they are studying other subjects in this world. But as I mentioned that whenever we Sikkha Dhamma, that fall into Bunya Karyavatu 10. Because when you Sikkha Dhamma, you need your body, you need your words, your verbal, and your mind. So your body, your verbal, your mind, they are classified in Bunya Karyavatu 10. In Bunya Karyavatu 10, they classify as your body. 3 of them is your body. 4 of them is your verbal or your words, and then 3 of them are your mind. And for your body, we call it Kaya Kamma, your verbal or your words, Vachi Kamma, and for your mind, it's called Mano Kamma. So whenever we Sikkha Dhamma, our activities will automatically fall into Bunya Karyavatu 10, which consisting of Than, Seen, Pavana, Apachayana, Vayavacha, Patithan, Pattanumotana, Dhamma Savana, Dhamma Tesana, Tittu Shukam. Okay, so that's why we need to know Bunya Karyavatu 10 and need to recite these Bunya Karyavatu 10 too.
Yeah, all recite it already. I think they are recite.
Yes.
They can recite.
And to help you remind from the last class that Bunya Karyavatu 10 will transform Akusala Kamapata 10, which is our body, our words or verbal and our minds into kusala kamma pata 10. And by resulting to transforming kusala kamma pata 10 into kusala kamma pata 10, it's also transform our manusa from manusa nirayo, manusa peto, manusa tirachano into manusa tevo. Okay, so one important tools to transform our body from manusa nirayo, manusa peto, manusa tirachano, which under kusala kamma pata 10 into manusa tevo, which under kusala kamma pata 10 is bunya kriya, bunya kriya vatu 10. That's why we emphasize on bunya kriya vatu 10. That's why it's important to know and familiar with how it works, how they works. And as I mentioned, that Bunya Kriya to 10, there consists of Tan, Seen, Pavana, Apachayana, Vaya, Vacha, Patitan, Patanumotana, Dhamma, Savana, Dhamma, Tesana, and Titushukam. And not all of them control one on Akusala Kamma Pata 10. Only Sila that control your body or Kaya Kamma and your Virji Kamma or your verbal. To control that, so sila control pana atinagami. They call kaya kamma, and also control musa, pisuna vata, purusa vata, sampapalapa. These four are vaji kamma. So sila controls 7 out of 10 of kusala kamma pata 10. Only 3 left, which are picha, payapata, and michatithi. These 3 we call it manokamma or your mind. These 3 needs 9 out of 10 bunya kriya vatu 10 to control it. So the item that need to control your minds or your manokamma, Tan, Pavana, Apachayana, Vaya, Vacha, Patitan, Patanumotana, Dhamma, Savana, Dhamma, Tesana, and Titushukam. When you perform Bunya Kriya Vatu 10, then you can transform from Akusala Kamma Pata 10 into Kusala Kamma Pata 10. And what are Kusala Kamma Pata 10? They are Pana Tipata Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Athina Thana Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Kame Sumichachara Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Musawatha Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Pisuna Vacha Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Parusawatha Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Sampapalapa Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, Picha, Anapicha, Apayapata, and Sammadhitti. These 10 are the results when you perform Bunya Kriya Vatu 10, and they transform from Kusala Kamma Pata 10 by Bunya Kriya Vatu 10.
You will see from here, you will see that in Kusala Kamma Pata, you see that it have Veramani. Veramani is from Virati, no? Virati Cetasika, no? Yes, in the middle. And Sikkha Patang. Sikkha is like Sikkaya, and Patang is rin to Lokutara, Nibbana.
And next one, as we mentioned, that they are Bunya Kriya to 10, they are consisting of Tan, Seen, Pavana, Apachayana, Vaya, Vacha, Patitan, Patanumotana, Dhamma, Savana, Dhamma, Tesana, and Titushukam. So now the questions, which one is missing? Can you answer it?
ได้อยู่แล้วเบ
ได้ไหม
น
เบน
Scene is number 2.
number
Okay.
3 is ศีละ อินดี้ค่ะ number
Number
6
6.
Indio.
ปฏิทาน
ใช่ไหมไม่ใช่
ไม่ใช่
Tan Seen Pavana Pachayana Vaya Vacha.
Seen.
Correct.
Song คือ Seen
สองคือศีล
Song คือ Seen
ศีล
Tan Seen Pavana Pachayana Vacha, and then 6 คือ Patitan.
yes
Yes.
ปฏิทาน
Correct.
Okay.
Next one. Which one is missing? Number 1 and number 8.
ทานกับ
แล้วก็ Dhamma Savana
อืม
Yeah.
Mutana,
Ah,
correct.
yes.
Hey,
Okay,
and the first
right.
one. How about the first one?
The first
ด่า
one.
นฐานะเขาบอกแล้ว
Okay. Next one. 8, 9, 10.
it's monogam this one อะไรคะ
Can you guess it?
Dhamma
Tama Savana Tama Tesna Tichu Chigam.
Ah, yeah, sadhu.
10
I did it firstly. You did it 1 second.
Next one. 4, 5, 6.
Abachana way what your Patitan.
Too
Wow,
easy.
very easy,
this
huh?
one is too easy
Oh, it's too easy for them, huh?
oh
The first
Hansi
one.
Pauna.
Ah, yeah.
And what is the group? The
Yeah,
name of the group of the first three.
Group.
No, group.
The name of the group of the first three.
TikTok.
We have choice. We have choice. Gaya Gama, Vajigama, and Manogama. What is the name of the first one?
ใช่
ลุงกายกรรมมันอยู่ที่กรรมะ
ก็มัน
Where did I save it?
no พี่กัน try to confuse you
I saved it.
เออ
Where is it?
คนคือ
No.
มันรวมกันอยู่แล้ว
จูนกัน
จูน
No. No. Where did
wake
I
up
put it?
early for me
too early
Okay.
so ทำ
No. No.
ต่อไปเล่นเกมจับเด็กจับทำอาจารย์แล้วกัน
Which one number one control Agusala Gamavata? Which part?
Do you have a book?
The first one you know that it's
พี่
Tana
ดิเดี๋ยวดูดิ
and Tana control which part of Agusala Gamavata?
Did you mind me anything in that sheet?
They
พาร์ท
they have three groups of
อินที่ไม่มีชาร์จ
three groups in Akusala Kamapata 10. They are Kaya Kama 3, Vachi Kama 4, and Manokama 3. Number one in Buddha to 10, they call
ร้อนมาก
Tana, right? And Tana control which part of these three
นี่
groups?
ดีกว่า ร้อนมาก
Can you
อ่าน
remember?
แล้วนี่เป็นคำชัวร์อะไรการวิธีการ
Kaya Kama, Vachi Kama, or Manokama? There's a choice for you. Three.
Manogama.
yes
Correct,
อะไร
Ben.
สาธุ
How about number 2? Can you do you know which part
See-
of Agusala Kamapata 10 they control?
ศีละใช่ไหมคะ The
คือ
second
ศี
one
ละ
is ศีละ
ศิลา
so in this ครับศีละcontrol which part จำได้ไหม
กายกรรมหรือวจีกรรมหรือว่ามโนกรรม
Manokama, Vachiga.
ศีละนี่ exception นะเขา have exception ที่ไม่เหมือนใคร Do you have the snapshot of the previous slide?
yeah
เดี๋ยวก่อน
เดี๋ยวเขาเดี๋ยว
Can you show us so Ben copy die?
เดี๋ยวช่วยไม่มี
เดี๋ยวนะ
เดี๋ยวป้าแอนกำลังจะ
เดี๋ยวนะลูก
Can you take us?
ไม่ใช่
ไม่ใช่
ต้องถาม
ไม่ใช่
พี่กันน่ะอ๋อนี่นะ
นี่ไงtake snapshot ไว้แล้วนะ
I already have that.
take snapshot
this
อ๋อกายกรรม
yeah
I was in the same
แล้วก็
slide.
อะไรเขา control two big group ลูก
Oh, I just didn't see it.
อ่าฮะ
ดูดิ
กายกรรมแอน
control อะไร
Wait,
Which
the
one?
last one got Manogama.
ไม่
เฮ้ย
ก็ถาม
ศีละ
ศิลาศิลา
เฮ้ย ศีละ
ศิลา
Sila control Bana Atina Game Musa Kasina Wata Prusa Wata Sampapalapa.
look at the group look at the group
ถูก
Yeah.
what we call is
in the big group
Gamakam.
กาย
Kayakam. Wajikam. Can you show us without the slide now?
เล่น take snapshot หรือยัง
This is the I didn't see on the side. This is
ไม่ได้ดูสไลด์
Can you go to the next slide?
Next
next
slide.
question ใช่ไหม
Next question.
Did you take the snapshot?
Yes.
Okay. Can
Okay.
I
But can you print it?
third one
No.
third one
ทานศีลภาวนา
Ja.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
แล้วภาวนา control อะไร
What about Pavana?
ภาวนา control อภิชาปยาพาทานมิจฉาทิฏฐิ
which group
Which group?
มโนกรรม
วจีกรรม
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
Satu. And how about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
อืม
They control
4,
which one?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
เขา control อะไร
Actually, it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. นั่นคือมโนกรรมะ
Right,
Manogam.
correct.
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 Satu.ครับ
So nine.
Only sila control.
ทีละ my work เขา only control
Yeah, yeah.
กายกรรมะกับวจีกรรมะ
ใช่ไหม
Yeah.
ดี
Correct.
ดีเห็นด้วยไหม
For other is
I
manogam.
have the picture
And
I will
now,
back to you
นี่ไงดีไหมลูก
and from these slides, you will see that how powerful your
this
monogama,
is why you use it.
because the only one that need to control your body or kaya kama and your verbal or your words or vajikama, only sila, one of the 10 bunyakari avatu, they can control 7 out of 10 of agusala kama bata. The part of your body and your verbal or your words, kaya kama and vajikama, can control by the only one of bunyakari avatu 10. However, your mind or manokama, they need 9 out of 10 of bunyakari avatu 10 to control it. So it shows that your mind or your manokama is so powerful that needs a lot of bunyakariavatu, 9 out of 10 of bunyakariavatu to control it. So that's why we need Sikkha. Without Sikkha, bunyakariavatu 10 will not exist. We don't know it. When we don't know bunyakariavatu 10, we have no way to transform our manusa nirayo, manusa peto, manusa tirachano into manusa tevo. That's why without Sikkha Dhamma, without the enlightenment of Kotama Buddha, we are all definitely go to Abaya Bhumi 4. In every 31 Bhumi, we go directly to Abaya Bhumi 4 without if there are no enlightenment of Kotama Buddha and no Sikkha. Okay.
Okay.
Now we go to the next part. Yeah.
Okay.
A bit complicated chart. This chart show time frame into two parts. The first part is part before the enlightenment of Kotama Buddha or the enlightenment of Buddha. Actually, it's 3 parts. The first is before the enlightenment of Kotama Buddha. During that time, Kotama Buddha called Bodhisatta, not enlightenment yet. And then during the enlightenment and the Buddha's
Ila.
Living.
living.
Yeah.
Yes. During the living of Gautama Buddha, and then after Paripanna of Gautama Buddha, there are 3 parts. So to set up actually to set
Separate.
to make
Would you like to
Buddhism.
classify or
first of
know.
all, I'll explain to them that before the happening of before the enlightenment, Bodhisatta need to accumulate parami, and also Buddha Savaka saying they need to accumulate their parami, and then once the Bodhisatta enlightenment, then Buddha Savaka help Buddha to found Buddha Sasana,
Buddhism.
to found Buddhism, and by doing so,
It's
Bud-
like a founder,
Yes.
for all of them.
yes, and by doing so, Buddha Savaka, they need to listen to the teaching of they need Sikkha from others Buddha, not this Buddha, because they will come and help this Bodhisattva or Gautama Buddha, the Buddhas, our Buddha, to found Buddhism. Okay, so
in order to setting the Buddha Sasana, we must have Buddha Savaka. At that time that we don't have Gautama Buddha before, we call all that time, no, Gautama Buddha have birth before enlightenment, we call Bodhisattva, and before he's born in this life, we still call Bodhisattva too.
yes.
And at that time, when he Bodhisattva, he have to gather it Savaka. Many Savaka have to like take the Baisamak.
Applied.
For sorry, what Pippin trying to say that before enlightenment, okay, they are all called Bodhisattva, and for Buddha Savaka, you know, they're not they all come with the volunteer. They volunteer to be the Buddha Savaka, you know, for our current Buddha, you know, to be the sample for all of us, for the Buddhism, for the Buddhist people or layman or laywoman, you know, otherwise we cannot set up or follow the Buddhism. Okay, this is what we're trying to say.
Yes,
And all this story will be in Suttanta. Suttanta Pitok.
And for in the thing that PN has just mentioned that in that case, Buddha Savaka, they must Sikkha from others Buddhas, not
the
Buddha.
prior Buddha. You know, actually we don't have only one Buddha. They have many Buddha. You know, so they start or no, they Sikkha from prior Buddhas before. You know, so that is the and then came in the same
era, same time period as our Buddha, as Gautama Buddha, and then the event happened during the living of the Gautama Buddha, and then those teaching becomes 84,000 Dhammakantaka, and 84,000 Dhammakantaka happens during the living of Gautama Buddha. And then the difference is Gautama Buddha Bodhisattva accumulate parami, and then Bodhisattva enlightenment to become a Buddha. And then during the living period of Gautama Buddha, then they comes Buddha Savaka that helps Gautama Buddha to set up Buddhism. Okay, and by set up Buddhism, Gautama Buddha needs to mention about 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And then
so
after Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha, they comes Savaka Buddha.
Exchange from the Buddha Savaka to Savaka Buddha.
Okay, Buddha Savaka, they Sikkha from prior Buddha to help Bodhisattva and Gautama Buddha to set up 84,000 Dhammakantaka. Once 84,000 Dhammakantaka or Buddhism is founded, then 84,000 Dhammakantaka used to teach Savaka Buddha. Then, and we are Savaka Buddha, that we come here to Sikkha, the teaching of the Gautama Buddha, that enlightenment, and Gautama Buddha teach 84,000 Dhammakantaka during his living period. So the difference is Buddha Savaka. Buddha Savaka Sikkha from prior Buddha and help Bodhisattva or Gautama Buddha to set Buddhism by joining the time period and be the cause that Buddha has to teach each of Dhammakanta until it complete 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And then after the Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha and Buddha Savaka, here comes Savaka Buddha. Savaka Buddha that comes to Sikkha, the teaching of Gautama Buddha. So we are Savaka Buddha, and the one that Sikkha from prior Buddha, not Gautama Buddha, we call it Buddha Savaka, and this group comes to help set up Buddhism, and we come to Sikkha, the teaching of Gautama Buddha. That is the difference between Buddha Savaka and Savaka Buddha.
You mean that Buddha Savaka no need to Sikkha anymore?
No.
No.
Yes.
No, I mean by no is that even though Buddha Savaka, they need to Sikkha, but the condition of Sikkha of Buddha Savaka and Savaka Buddha is different. Buddha Savaka, they Sikkha from prior Buddha. When they come to during the period that Buddha was alive, after enlightenment and before Parinibbana, the Buddhas will know the cause and the Dhammakantaka that need to teach each Buddha
person.
Savaka to make those Buddha Savaka enter Arya Bukkhala. So that is the case where each Dhammakantaka happen. Buddha Savaka comes during the living period of Gautama Buddha to be the cause that Buddhas mentioned about each Dhammakantaka, and after complete of 84,000 Dhammakantaka and Gautama Buddha enter Parinibbana, and then we as Savaka Buddha, we need to Sikkha of 84,000 Dhammakantaka in order to enter Arya Bukkhala or enter Parinibbana in finally.
Again, no. It means that
What are we, Buddha Savaka or Savaka Buddha?
we are Savaka Buddha, but in Buddha Savaka Buddha, because of at Buddha era, Buddha living that time, no. Buddha have Buddha Jakku. He will know that who will become Arya Bukkhala by
Which
Dhammakanta, which teaching, yes, with Ong Tham, no. So he will teach that person by his Buddha Jakku at that era.
Do you know Buddha Jakku is? Do you know?
Very local.
Actually, Buddha Jakku Ayana Sampayut Mahakriya Citta 4. They consisting of Somana Sasakatang Yana Sampayutang Sankharikang Kama Vajara Mahakriya Cittang. Somana Sasakatang Yana Sampayutang Sankharikang Kama Vajara Mahakriya Cittang. Upekha Sakatang Yana Sampayutang Sankharikang Kama Vajara Mahakriya Cittang. Upekha Sakatang Yana Sampayutang Sankharikang Kama Vajara Mahakriya Cittang. These four citta, they are called Buddha Jakku. Okay, and that Buddha Jakku happened during period of the between enlightenment and Parinibbana, and after Parinibbana, Buddha Jakku doesn't exist anymore. It turns into Samanta Jakku, and Samanta Jakku is the only one citta. Samanta Jakku is this one. Somana Sasakatang Yana Sampayutang Asankharikang Kama Vajara Mahakriya Cittang. This is Samanta Jakku, the only one that resides in each of the Dhammakanta that after after Gautama Buddha enter Parinipana
จะมีคำถามครับ
yes please
อันนี้คือมัน the stage of Buddha's enlightenment ใช่ไหม
ใช่
yeah the relation actually the time the relation
time
between they three main time frames. The first one before Bodhisattva enlightenment become a Buddha, and the second one is during the enlightenment until Parinibbana of the Gautama Buddha, and then the third time frame is after the Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha. They this chart divided into three main parts. The first one before the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, and the second one is during enlightenment and Parinibbana, and then the last one is the part after Parinibbana. And we are here. We are staying in the period that after Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha, and we shows from this chart we show what happened during each period, each time period. The first one, as I mentioned, that before the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha is called at that time. Gautama Buddha called Bodhisatta. Bodhisatta don't know about Abhidhamma or the cause that make all of livings at that time. Bodhisatta don't know cause of cyclic of existence. So at that time, Bodhisatta cannot help Sattva to escape from cyclic of existence. However, after the enlightenment and to Parinibbana, and that period, at this period, Gautama Buddha knows the cause that make cyclic of existence happen. So at this period, Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka then appears. So and then with Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka, by Sikkha, this Dhammakantaka can help Sattva escape from cyclic of existence. And after that, after the Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha, the living form of Gautama Buddha will not exist anymore. However, they exist of the teaching of Gautama Buddha 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And with the teaching of Gautama Buddha 84,000 Dhammakantaka, resides in it is Samanta Jakku or Somanasa Sahakatang Yana Sampayutang Asankharikang Kamavachara Mahakriya Chittang. And by only one Mahakriya Chitta left after the Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha, and this Chitta resides in 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And anyone who Sikkha the correct and understand Sikkha of 84,000 Dhammakantaka correctly, they can follow Buddha's teaching and ending, and then after that until Arahanta Phala.
Indeed, to answer your question, what we are going to trying to say is about time frames or time span.
The time span of Buddha journey to enlightenment ใช่ไหม
right to answer your question, no? Okay.
And also it's about the Savaka, which is the follower. Savaka, which is the follower. Whoever learned from Buddha is Buddha Savaka. But whoever learned from 84,000 Dhammakanta, which is the what he's teaching, is Samanta Jakku.
Yes.
And who are we?
Who are we?
Indeed. Then who are we? Are we Buddha Savaka or are we Savaka Buddha?
Buddha Savaka.
Try again.
เจ้าขาพุทธะ
ฮะ
เจ้าขาพุทธะ
ใช่จริงๆแล้วเราคือสาวกะพุทธะลูกเพราะว่าเราไม่ได้ learn from Buddha แต่เรา learn from his teaching which is 84,000 Dhammakanta ใช่ไหม
we were in Buddha's time
ถูกไหมคะถูกไหมคะธรรมจักร
ใช่ we are
Because
Savaka Buddha.
if we are Buddha Savaka, we must meet Buddhas in
The prior Buddha.
during the
Living hour.
Gautama Buddha's living, and by meeting Buddhas when he was living.
Mm.
At that time, in that case, we help Buddha to set up
Buddhism.
Buddhism,
Mm.
but we are not Buddha Savaka, and we come after the Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha,
Mm.
and then we Sikkha from the teaching of Gautama Buddha in 84,000 Dhammakantaka. Then that's why we fall in category of Savaka Buddha.
Mm.
We come here. We born after the Parinibbana of
Parinibbana.
Gautama Buddha. We are not we are not born in the period during the body of Gautama Buddha exists, but we come after that
We don't have chance to meet him
in person.
in person.
But we have chance to meet
His,
Gautama Buddha
Dhamma,
in
84,000
in Samanta Chakku,
right.
as we mentioned. We don't have a chance to meet Gautama Buddha during Buddha Chakku period,
ค่ะ.
but in Samanta
In
Chakku
Samanta
period.
Normally, we come, we born with ahetuka kusala vipaka, but Puttaka
Buddha Sawaka.
Sawaka, Puttha Sawaka, born with Mahavipaka Citta.
Mm.
Mhm.
That
That's the difference when born.
Yes. When we born, actually we must have hetu before we born into human, into panutsa, and our hetu, as we been mentioned, that we have hetu, a hetuka, which can translate easily for the beginners that about very little kusala. And then from Buddha Savaka, they need a lot of kusala to become Buddha Savaka. So they have Apayakata Hetu. Apayakata Hetu consisting of Mahavipaka and Mahagriya. This for beginners is kind of complicated, but what I would like to mention is that we Savaka Buddha and Buddha Savaka, we come from completely different hetu, a different cause. So that's why the results that Buddha Savaka, then they need to Sikkha from prior Buddhas, and then they are chosen one to help Bodhisattva to set up Buddhism during the living period of Gautama Buddha. And then we begins to Sikkha Dhamma, and this is not our first life to Sikkha Dhamma. If these are our first, we will not we cannot recite Citta, we cannot Sikkaya this into detail like this. Okay. So next one. Okay. This one I show Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka, which part they classify into two groups during the living of Gautama Buddha and a little bit past Parinibbana. They classify in Dhamma 63,000 Dhammakantaka and Vinaya 21,000 Dhammakantaka. And after that, Dhamma divided into two groups. The first one is Vinaya 21,000 Dhammakantaka, the same. Dhamma 63,000 Dhammakantaka divided into two groups. The first one is Suttanta 21,000 Dhammakantaka and Abhidhamma 42,000 Dhammakantaka. That is the difference. Yes, the transformation of the group of the teaching of Gautama Buddha, and this one is we call Tipitaka, the one that we familiar with. When we mention 84,000 Dhammakantaka, we refer to Vinaya 21,000 Dhammakantaka, Suttanta 21,000 Dhammakantaka, and Abhidhamma 42,000 Dhammakantaka. And the first two, Vinaya and Suttanta, they are the results, and the cause resides in Abhidhamma at 42,000 Dhammakantaka. To escape from cycling of existence, we need to understand Abhidhamma 42,000 Dhammakantaka. We know what when we Sikkha Pitama 42,000 Dhammakantaka, we know cause, and then we can control the results according to the teaching of Gautama Buddha. That's why when we Sikkha Dhamma, we fall into Bunya Kriya 10, and then we can transform ourselves, our body, which normally they are Akusala Kamapata 10, leads us under influence of Akusala Chitta 12, and leads us to Abhayabhumi 4. When we find the teaching of Gautama Buddha and Sikkha Dhamma, we have Buddha Kriya 10, and then transform our body from Akusala Kamapata 10 into Kusala Kamapata 10, and that is the only way to prevent you from going to Abhayabhumi 4. And so the next one, this one, as I mentioned, that the development of Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka divided to Vinaya and Dhamma 63,000 Dhammakantaka, and Dhamma 63,000 Dhammakantaka divided into Suttanta 21,000 Dhammakantaka, and Abhidhamma 42,000 Dhammakantaka. Okay. And for the last one I would like to mention before we end the class, as we mentioned that we have 4 types of Manutsa. Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, Manutsa Tirachano. These 3 types of Manutsa don't need the teaching of Gautama Buddha and don't need to Sikkha. These 3 groups we can do it ourselves, but it leads to Abhayabhumi 4. But for Manutsa Tevo, after we Sikkha Dhamma, we can transform Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, Manutsa Tirachano into Manutsa Tevo. And for Manutsa Tevo, when we Sikkha Dhamma and we attain Ariya Pukhala, and then we call Sankha. For a man, become Upasaka Sankha, and for a woman, we call Upasika Sankha. This word Sankha have we call it Sankha because of that person attain Ariya Pukhala, and then after that person enter Vinaya, they become Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni, the one that you see as a monk, Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni, which attain Ariya Pukhala, and then they decide to enter Vinaya, and then they become Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni. A bit complicated for beginners. Let's conclude it simple as this. When you enter Manutsa Tevo and you Sikkha Dhamma, once you attain Ariya Pukhala, you have to, if you're a man, you can become Upasaka Sankha. And if you are a woman, you become Upasika Sankha. And when you become Upasaka Sankha and Upasika Sankha, you have choice.
Long have.
Yep.
For Bhikkhuni Sankha หนูทำ woman ไม่ทำ woman
อ๋อ Bhikkhuni Sankha ไม่ทำ woman. Actually, there are well, they don't wear skirt during you know.
He can forget.
The dress is
อ๋อ
การเปลี่ยนให้เป็นรูปผู้หญิงให้
ป้าปิงงง
the same dress. They can wear trousers.
ต้องใส่กระโปรง
Good
เป็นผู้หญิ
point.
ง
Indeed.
everyone have to
Good point.
อะไรนะ อันตราวาสกังนะ อันตราวาสกัง no trouser.
When you attain, in case that person attain Ariya Pukhala, they have choices to enter Vinaya or stay the same. Okay, if they stay the same, there will be a man or woman that living in the society, but at that time they attain Arya Pukala. However, if they decided to enter Vinaya, then they change their clothes from the clothes that they are wearing into
Robe.
into Jivara. And Bhikkhu, they have three pieces of clothes for their Jivara, and Bhikkhuni,
Jivara.
they have five pieces of clothes for the Jivara.
Pancha Jivara.
Pancha Jivara. So when the person attain Arya Pukala, they have choice to enter Vinaya, or they can or they don't enter Vinaya. If they enter Vinaya, we call them Sankha. No, they become Bhikkhuni and Bhikkhu. Depends on their appearance, gender. That's for the beginners. So in this class, we mentioned about 4 types of Manusa. Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Direchano, and Manusa Tevo. And also we mentioned about Bunya Karyavatu 10, which consisting of Tan, Sin, Pavana, Apachayana, Vayavaja, Patitan, Patanumotana, Dhamma Tesana, and Hitu Shukam. And we also mentioned about time span of Buddhism during the period of before the enlightenment of Bodhisattva, and during the enlightenment of Bodhisattva until Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha. And then the last one is the period after the Parinibbana of Gautama Buddha. What happened with Bodhisattva and Gautama Buddha, and also Buddha Savaka and Savaka Buddha. And the last one we mentioned about the classification of 84,000 Dhammakantaka from 84,000 Dhammakantaka into Dhamma 63,000 Dhammakantaka, and Vinaya 21,000 Dhammakantaka, and becomes Vinaya 21,000 Dhammakantaka, Suttanta 21,000 Dhammakantaka, and Abhidhamma 42,000 Dhammakantaka, as we familiar with today. Okay. And the last one that we mentioned is this slide, that Manusa Tevo can divide into 2 groups. The first one, when Manusa Tevo attain Arya Pukala, then we call them Sankha. And that Sankha, they have choices. One day they attain Arya Pukala, they have choices to enter Vinaya or not. If they enter Vinaya, they will become Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni, depends on their appearance, gender. But if they don't enter Vinaya, they remains in their Suttanta form. They can be Vata, Pirata, Sota, Panna at the beginning, and then they progress until they attain Arahata Phala finally. So that would be all of our class today. So by the end of this class, we hopefully that you can recite Bunya Karyavatu 10 and know the relationship between Manusa, 4 types of Manusa, Bunya Karyavatu 10, and the time span of Buddhism.
And what we call Savak
We
Buddha
are Savaka Buddha. We are not
or
Buddha
Savaka.
A bit
Different.
very
close, no?
very close,
and very familiar.
Yes.
Similar.
Where are we drawing this chart?
Mhm.
เข้าใจปะคำถามถามอีกที
Why?
อ้าว
ไม่เข้าใจ
ลุงการค้าคือตอนนี้เนี่ยเราอยู่ตรงไหนในชาร์ตเนี้ย
เราอยู่ตรงนี้
อยู่ตรงนี้
ยังไม่อะไรเลย
We are here. Actually,
yeah.
we might be here. We might be Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachan. We only sometimes be Manusa Tevo.
Only
เรา
one
ยัง
hour
ไม่ได้เป็นสีทองนะ เรายังเป็นสีเขียวหรือสีแดงอยู่
cannot ทำเพื่อน
Okay.
Actually, we might be the red one around here. I don't include in this one.
because we are still Kama Vajon, we still in Sanya 3. So if we only have Sanya 1, no, is Dhamma Sanya, we will be Manusa Tevo.
When we Sikkha Dhamma like this, we become Manusa Tevo. And then we are here. And when we stop Sikkha Dhamma and we go back to our Kama Sanya, Kochara Sanya, Mara Sanya, and when we cannot explain what happened in our lives related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha, and that is the time we are completely Manusa Niryo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano. However, if we Sikkha Dhamma and we can explain what happened in our daily life, in our daily activities by using Dhamma, that we have a part of Manusa Tevo with us in our daily lives. However, when you only if when you attain Arya Pukhala, then you can come to this one. Okay, so when we are not yet attain Arya Pukhala, we are here, and when we not Sikkha Dhamma, we are somewhere here, the red one. Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano. However, if you spend your activities, your daily lives, but you know what happened, what is the cause that make you doing your daily activity that classify into Kama Sanya, Gochara Sanya, Mara Sanya. In that case, those sanya which former they are under influence of Akusala Kama Bhatta, Akusala Chitta 12, they are part of Mahakusala Chitta that comes with the Dhamma that you can recite that help you control and prevent Kusala Chitta 12 to fully activate and lead you to Abhaya Bhumi 4. That is the benefits of Sikkha Dhamma. Without Sikkha Dhamma, you don't have this choice but to go to Abhaya Bhumi 4 directly.
So Ben, do not worry. We are in the same page. We are still being the same. So
out of
and-
the chart.
so no worryนะคะ. Just Sikkha every week and
Little by little, we'll
right.
develop ourselves
right.
and we have progress.
And you meet Dhamma before all of us. So you have a long time way,
Yeah.
to go. Comparing with us, we are so very old now. Okay, so it's come to the
The end of the
Conclusion.
class,
end
yes.
of the class today.
Do you have
Thank you so much.
any more questions? Okay.
Okay.
If there is no question, then
We
will be
cross
end of
the class
See you next
now.
time.
See you next
Sadhu,
time.
sadhu, Navoti Upaniti.
Satu Nati Upanivathano Thami,
Satu,
Viste
Satu,
Ayamaka,
Nauti, Upanivathano
Viste